is very sad because my niece never get trouble. She's a good person, always respectful.
This is the story of a man who walked into a police station covered in blood and calmly said, "I killed my wife." What officers discovered next inside his home would reveal a crime scene filled with fire, fear, and a disturbing belief that turned deadly. Today we take you inside a developing and deeply disturbing case out of Norwich, where a 39-year-old man is now facing charges of murder and first-degree arson after allegedly killing his pregnant wife and setting their home, including her inside, on fire. The suspect, identified as Patrick Antoine, did not run. Instead, he turned himself in. According to police reports, Patrick Antoine walked into the Norwich Police Department just one day after the incident. His clothes were stained with blood. Officers say he approached calmly and told them, "I am here, my wife is dead." There was no confusion, no attempt to deny what had happened. Just a direct confession that would lead investigators straight to a burned apartment on Franklin Street. When officers arrived at the second-floor apartment the couple shared, they were met with smoke damage, fire destruction, and silence. Inside the bedroom, they found the body of Margaret Maddy. She was pregnant. Police say her body had been severely burned, but the fire was not what killed her. Investigators confirmed she had been stabbed multiple times before the flames were set. The bedroom and even parts of the bathroom had been intentionally set on fire. It was clear this was not an accident. It was an attempt to destroy what had already been done. Investigators believe the incident began early Thursday morning after an argument between the couple. According to court documents, the fight escalated quickly. Inside that apartment, voices were raised. What started as a disagreement turned into something much darker. At some point, the situation became violent. Margaret, who was carrying a child, was trapped inside the same home she once felt safe in. Police believe she tried to move away, possibly toward another room, but the attack continued. There were signs of struggle, objects displaced, silence broken only by chaos. Then, multiple stab wounds, not one, not two, several, enough to end a life and silence any chance of escape. But it did not end there. After the attack, investigators say Antoine remained inside the apartment and then he made another decision: fire. Authorities believe he set parts of the bedroom and bathroom on fire, possibly using available household materials. Flames began to spread, slowly at first, then stronger. Smoke filled the apartment, and as the fire grew, it began to consume the very place where the crime had just happened. For those who knew Margaret, the news has been devastating. Margaret was also a mother. Her son was present in court, escorted out by court officials. She also leaves behind a grown daughter. Family members say she was respectful, peaceful, and never known for trouble. Margaret's uncle, Stan Baptist, who owned the home where the couple lived, revealed something troubling. He said Antoine had shown violent behavior before. A detail that now raises serious questions about what may have been happening behind closed doors long before this incident. Upstairs where he lives, he said he never imagined it would end this way. But what may be the most shocking part of this case is the reason Antoine gave police. According to court document, he told investigators that he believed his wife was a voodoo priestess. He claimed she had been casting spells on him for years, spells that he believed made him seriously ill. He told police he feared she was going to kill him. This belief, whether real to him or not, appears to have played a major role in what happened next. Patrick Antoine appeared in Norwich Superior Court shortly after turning himself in. He now faces serious charges, including murder and first-degree arson. In court, Both the prosecutor and bond commissioner requested that his bond be set at $1 million. His defense attorney argued for a lower amount, asking for $100,000, but the judge made a stronger decision. Bond was set at $2 million cash or surety, as the investigation is still ongoing. But what remains clear is that a woman is gone, a child never had the chance to be born, and the man who claimed fear now sits behind bars, accused of carrying out a brutal and calculated act. What really happened inside that apartment in those final moments may only be fully known to one person, and as this case moves forward, more details are expected to come out. But for now, one statement continues to echo louder than anything else: "I killed my wife." What exactly caused the argument? Court documents confirm there was a fight between Patrick Anthon and his wife just hours before the killing, but the exact trigger is still unclear. There are, however, several possibilities. Sources close to the family suggest that the relationship may not have been as peaceful as it appeared from the outside. Living together in a shared space, especially with financial pressure, responsibilities, and a pregnancy, can create tension. Argument in such situations can start from very small issues: money, trust, daily responsibilities, or even misunderstandings that slowly build over time. What may look like a normal disagreement can sometimes carry deeper frustration underneath. Then there is Anthon's own statement to police. He claimed he believed his wife was practicing voodoo and had been placing spells on him for years. He said those spells made him seriously ill and that he feared she would eventually kill him. Investigators are now looking closely at this claim. Was this something he truly believed, or was it a justification after the crime had already been committed? Because in cases like this, belief, whether real or imagined, can become dangerous. When a person is convinced that their life is under threat, even without evidence, it can change how they act. And fear can quickly turn into aggression, and aggression can turn into violence. There is also the issue of past behavior. Margaret's uncle stated clearly that Anthon had been violent before. That detail cannot be ignored because in many cases like this, a final act of violence is not the beginning, it is the escalation. A pattern that may have been building quietly over time. Small incident, argument, movement of control or anger, all leading to one final breaking point. But beyond all the possible explanations, there is another reality investigators are considering. It may not have been about stress. It may not have been about belief. It may simply come down to control and lack of discipline, because not every argument leads to violence. Not every fear leads to killing. At some point, a decision was made, a line was crossed, and that decision ended a life. For now, detectives continue to gather evidence, review statements, and understand what really happened inside that home. Was this a man acting out of fear, or a man who allowed anger and control to take over? Those answers may come out as the case moves forward in court. But for Margaret Manley's family, those answers may never be enough, because no explanation can reverse what has already been done. People killed for no reason. People are desperately wicked. Be safe out there and be vigilant. See you guys on our next story.
He was a husband. He's a husband, but
Right.
they live together.
That's sad. It's very sad.